Assalamu alaikum, everyone! This is so exciting. Gizelle is here. We are showing you some awesome ways to wear our silk every day. They're actually called essential silk hijabs. We're going to show you a ton of colors, and Gizelle's going to talk about why silk is such an awesome fabric.
So silk is actually my absolute favorite fabric. It's nature's super thread. It's natural, right? So it's not a synthetic. It's absolutely breathable because it is so fine.
And I truly had never really thought of silk that way until we came out with this collection, and I truly do wear them in place of my chiffon. It really feels like you're wearing nothing, which for me as a hijabi is my ultimate goal. Like, I don't even want to feel that there's fabric on my head. And these are so lightweight and effortless, and you don't even feel it.
Because of the nature of silk, you know, it's very fine, it's a very delicate fabric. We don't recommend using pins. We have these fabulous hot hijab magnets with your purchase. That way you're not stuck using pins.
That's what I have on right now, so you can see. I only use our magnets with the silk. I never puncture it with the pin. And it stays in place, it really does. You just kind of like with one hand tighten it a bit, and then you're good to go. Which for me is better than poking a hole in it and then potentially ruining your silk. Another product that we have that we're going to show you with the silk is
our Barely There Undercarves! Woo! We have them in a variety of colors, pretty much neutrals. Got our black, got our ivory, buff, which is our lighter of the neutral tones, caramel, and cocoa! Yay!
What should inform somebody as to which color that they should get?
The darker the color that you're wearing, probably the darker you want to go with your undercap. The closer it comes in nature to the color, the better off you're going to be.
Let's talk about why we chose silk chiffon over a satin or a charmeuse.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people, when they think of silk, they think of it being this shiny satin fabric. That's the weave. But you can have a silk fiber and you can weave it into a chiffon, which is transparent and light and airy, just like our poly chiffons. Or you can weave it into a satin weave and then have what we know as silk charmeuse, which is probably the silk that most people think about.
Gizelle's gonna take a second to put her hair up, and then we're gonna show you how to style the silks. Giselle has her hair in a bun.
Here it is. I want to be as realistic as possible. We're gonna start with this beautiful Bordeaux color.
By the way, I am wearing the rose blush.
Okay, yeah. This is actually one of my favorite colors. It's just the prettiest of neutrals.
Yeah.
It's also great with like this medium skin tone. So with this color, I would recommend either going with a cocoa if you have it, or a black. Let's start with the cocoa. This is our Barely There. You can see, very sheer, making it all the more Barely There. Okay. Putting it on up.
So you recommend you really start getting your bun in and then bring it to the
front.
So you can see the bun distribution that happened immediately is perfectly distributed by virtue of these incredible design elements that Gizelle put in.
And then it's also adjustable, right? So I want mine nice and tight. Bring it down over my ears, and then I'm just gonna tie it up very tight. And then you can just tuck your ties just right up into your cap.
Yeah.
So they're just out of the way, and you're free.
Yeah. You can actually wear your hair inside the Barely There without it being in a bun.
I know, this was crazy.
Or a ponytail,
this
or anything.
Crazy. We didn't even like really realize that. We were just testing it out after it was created. And yeah, because of the bun distribution, ruching, you don't even need a bun if you don't want one.
Which is like
Absolutely.
incredibly life-changing, because I think when you tie your hair back in a ponytail or a bun or whatever, that's what's causing like the stress and tension. If you get like headaches or even hair loss. Silks are available in square and rectangle. She's using the rectangle, I have the square on.
Exactly. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to give it a little fold, maybe a third of the way. Then I take it and I put it on my head, and then I'm pulling it a little to one side. So this side is longer. And then I will just wrap it around my neck. You can adjust the undercap a little bit, you know, kind of seeing where the silk has a mind of its own. So just roll with it. See what the silk wants to do. Don't try to force silk, because it'll fight. You know, so listen to it, see what it wants to do, and then adjust everything else accordingly. So for this style, I'm trying a pin-free look, where I've essentially just wrapped it around, tied it to one side, and then you can, you know, knot it again if you want it to be very secure, not to move around, and then kind of cast one side back, one side front.
It's so pretty.
It's absolutely one of my favorite ways of tying silks. And it's a very buttoned up kind of look, but also like, ooh, I'm not too serious.
And then if you want also, you can obviously bring this both to the back if you want it to look super polished.
Totally.
Or you can bring both to the front if you want like a real flutter. I'm going to show you how I style the square really quick. I'm actually gonna show the gold. And what I did when I folded it is you can see I left about like 4 inches, not too much. You guys know me, I like to keep it really polished, so I don't keep a ton of room in between the 2 folds. I make sure both sides are even. And then here is where I will start using the magnets. So these magnets are golden. So you'll have both sides even, and then what I do is I just take them around, and then it just really depends on the look that I'm going for and really the top that I have on. So if I have on a collared shirt or a turtleneck and I want that really buttoned up look, I'm going to just, again, no pins, just tie it in the back, and then I'll tuck it into whatever top I'm wearing. If it's a high neck, I would do one of those. But since today I don't have a high neck on and I kind of want the outsides to, or rather the scarf to really shine and come through, what I'll do is I'll, again, take it to the back, I'll tie both sides, but then I bring everything to the front, even the little triangle in the back, to create this like tiny little flutter that I think is really pretty and really cute. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys also the classic red, which I call my power hijab. I have this pink suit. I wore this during Fashion Week. I wore like a pink and red floral top, and I put the red silk on top. Red can be an intimidating color, I think, for a lot of people. It's like a power hijab. If you're bold enough to go red, do it.
Here's our peacock. So I'm just gonna stay in the cocoa because it's such a rich tone. So for this one, no fold. I'm starting you guys off with like no pin ways of doing things because Melanie does more of the pins. I'll get to a pin.
And also when you don't have a fold, it gives you more fabric to work with in the back. As long as there's 2 pieces of fabric, it will be okay.
If I do a knot here, it'll be a little grandma and weird if it comes to the front. But if you secure it like this, and then you kind of do your toss back.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful.
You could try to create a little fold, you know, like a little intentional pleat. This looks a little fancy, so maybe this is something you would want to do for an evening look. The last color that I'm going to show you is the pearl dust that Gizelle was just talking about. I love the pearl dust.
Yeah, this is so probably my favorite. It really feels like more of a neutral. I mean, you can see just how beautiful this color is. I'm going to have one side pretty long and the other side is much shorter. I'm going to put it under my neck with the pins. Now, I'm not wearing an underscarf. You certainly can wear the underscarf underneath these with or without. These work just fine. However, with the rectangles, you need an underscarf. So I'm gonna take the long side and bring it forward. So that V that was in the back now comes to the front. And now you have the other side here to then create a pretty little bow. And
it's so cute in this color.
And then this that you have left, you can either bring up and kind of like take into the bow so you have a little bit more fabric coming out, or you could have just tucked it into your top as well.
I'm gonna go with the buff, starting from the back, bringing it forward, tie it up again, make it nice and snug.
So you put it in front of your ears?
Yeah, I bring it in front, but this can be worn many ways.
This, I would say, is probably the most traditional styling of the rectangle, and you're gonna utilize both magnets.
I will fold the hijab down, maybe close to halfway, put it on my head, and then I will bring it way far over on one side. You want extra security.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put a magnet here. I recommend pre-opening your magnet before because you wanna hold your hijab in place.
So this is one level and she's wearing the buff underneath. And you can see up here though, where it's double layered, it's 100% opaque.
Okay, so now you take your slack. And once again, don't fight with silk. I really like to listen to the language of fabric. You know, don't fight it. See what the silk wants to do and let it do it. You know, you can figure it out. So now we have this here. And now I want to put one more magnet here just to hold it in place. I'm going inside, right against my neck. And then the other one is on the outside. And we just literally held it in place.
So now that it's been double layered, now it's 100% opaque and you can't see anything underneath.
Which is even more ethereal.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So pretty. I just love it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So beautiful.
All right, so those are our silk tutorials. Of course, you can shop our silks all day. Every day, our essential silks are available online in all the colors you've seen here, plus more. If you want to see more tutorials with me and Gizelle, let us know in the comments below and let us know what tutorials you want to see.
Totally.
And if you have more questions on silk or barely there underscarves, we're both here to answer all your questions, so leave them below. So until next time, be sure to stay updated with us on social, on Instagram, Facebook, and on our blog. We'll see you guys next time, inshallah.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.